Good morning. Boker Tov. How are ya? It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Torah Tuesday. Yay! I hope everybody's good this morning. Here in beautiful Birmingham, the sun is shining. Life is good. Rumor has it might even be human temperatures. Yay! Today on Torah Tuesday, we're talking about Hanukkah. We're right smack in the middle of it. Yay! This is day 2. It'll be night 3 tonight. Okay? So, where's my Hanukkah? I got 2 candles lit. Right? Tonight we'll light the 3rd candle. Okay? We're smack in the middle of it. So what is Hanukkah? What is Hanukkah? What's the big deal? Why are we doing this? Okay? Hanukkah. Okay. Let's get one thing straight, settled, done, right off the top. Christmas, Hanukkah, nothing to do with each other. Nothing. Nada. Negative. Don't even think about it. Nothing. Anybody think there's something? Nothing. Has nothing. Hanukkah does not even have to be in December. It usually is. But your Jewish calendar is lunar. So it changes every year. This year, it just so happens that Hanukkah started Sunday night, the 22nd, and will go through the week. Okay? It just so happens. 3-4 years ago, the first night of Hanukkah was on Thanksgiving. So it can go all over the place with the calendar. So get over that right away, okay? Nothing to do with it. It just so happens that we're here on the 24th talking about Hanukkah, okay? So, Hanukkah. What do we do at Hanukkah and what's the story? Well, you've all seen, especially for my Facebook and all that and Instagram, our trusty dreidels, okay? We play dreidel, but it's a wonderful toy, but that's not why it's so important to the story. We'll get there in a second, okay? Our jelly donuts, sumanot, our wonderful jelly donuts, okay? Not just donuts, but jelly donuts, okay? And last night for dinner, we had latkes, potato pancakes, fried potato pancakes. And if you're getting a theme here, when it comes to food, fried. Fried is very, very important. Now, let's tell the story of Hanukkah, okay? Hanukkah is the festival of lights, or the miracle of the oil, okay? The miracle of light. So what's going on? What's the history behind this? Hanukkah is based on a historical event. It's based on the Maccabees, the Maccabean revolt against the Greeks. Okay, so we've got the Greeks attacking. They're attacking the temple. Yeah, that temple, the temple. And we have the Ner Tamid, the everlasting light, that always has to be lit. Well, back then there was no electricity, there was no battery, there was no backup, okay? It was all done with oil. What happened is the troops, the Maccabees, the revolt, they're surrounded, they're getting, you know what, kicked out of them. The Greeks are a big, big army. And they only had enough oil for one day. Okay? To burn the oil for one day. Well, they go out and they send for reinforcements, and these reinforcements are going to bring back oil. Okay, they're going to bring back enough oil to keep the lights burning. Well, they come back 8 days later. Okay? And 8 days later, the oil is still burning from that one lamp. Now, there was only enough for one day, and this is the miracle of light. It went the entire week. That's why we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 days. Okay? So, what's behind this all? Okay? Well, if you know anything about history, when the Greeks go and take over people, they don't let them study, they don't let them practice their own religion. Okay? Well, Jews, we don't really do that well. real well with authority figures, let's put it that way. Don't tell us we can't study our own religion. It's just not going to happen. We're going to figure out another way to do it. So what they did is in their towns, this is where everything comes together, okay? The troops would make their rounds, and of course, if they found you studying or practicing Judaism, you're in trouble, okay? So what would happen is they'd have a big party, or they'd have a block party, or whatever you want to call it, and the adults would be inside the house studying the text, and the kids would be outside because they don't want to study text. They're bored. They're kids, okay? So they give them dreidels, and they play dreidel. Now, dreidel is basically a gambling game. Yeah, I get it. Okay. But it's fun. And for kids, it's a lot of fun. You don't have to gamble, by the way. You can do it with M&Ms. You can do it with raisins. You don't have to do it with real money, okay? So they play their game of dreidel. And what they did is they worked out a code that when the troops were coming up the walk or coming up the street, the kids would be yelling and screaming because they'd be playing, oh, I want Shen to come up. I want Gimel to come up. Okay? They'd be yelling about what's going to come up on the dreidel. And one of those letters was the code. If something came up, for example, if Nun was that week's or that day's or whatever's code word, if the troops were coming up the walk or up the road, the kids would yell out, none, I got none, or something like that. And the adults would hear it from inside and go, up, here come the bad guys. Hide the stuff, hide the books, hide the Torahs, hide all the religious texts, and act like you're having a tea party or whatever you do, okay, back then, okay? The Greeks would come in, they'd search the place. Of course, they didn't find anything. Everything was copacetic. So on their way they went, okay? So that's where dreidel comes from, okay, the game of dreidel. Not only is it fun, but it had a real purpose to it, okay? So, how do we celebrate the holiday? We celebrate the holiday by doing a couple of things. One, we have a special menorah. It's called the Hanukkah. Most menorahs have 7 candles. If you'll notice, this has 9 candles, 4 on each side and 1 in the middle. Okay, the guy in the middle is called the shamus. Now, if this wasn't electric, if this was a real, with fire, we would light the shamus candle, and you use the shamus candle to light the other candles. Okay, so tonight I'll have 3 candles, and hopefully you won't hear the sirens that you're hearing when I light my candles. But since it's electric, I don't think we have to worry about it anyway. So this is a Hanukkah. We use the Hanukkah because it has 8 candles for each day, plus the shamus to light it. Okay? Boy, they're right, literally outside. So there's the Hanukkah. It's different than a menorah. Okay, 2 more candles, right? Menorah that you see in a normal temple on a normal Shabbat, it's got 7. Okay, this has got 9. 8 plus the shamus. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is, as I alluded to before, is that we fry everything. We eat fried foods. Latkes, potato pancakes, are fried. Donuts, okay, these wonderful donuts, okay, is a big deal, okay. What's the big deal with a donut? Especially a jelly donut. Not just a donut, but a jelly donut. Now, why? Okay. Well, donuts are wonderful. They taste good, right? And they're fried. But the jelly makes them sweet. And what does that signify? That signifies learning. Okay? If you've listened to my Rosh Hashanah or any of these other broadcasts about that kind of stuff, we're real big in Judaism about learning, about knowledge and learning, the sweetness of learning. At Rosh Hashanah, we dip our finger in honey, and we put it on the first letter, and we lick it. That's to show that learning is so wonderful. When we teach our kids, when they go to school, we do the same thing. We want to equate learning with sweetness, with wonderful stuff. Okay? Well, that's what we do here with the jelly donut, right? Donuts are great, but jelly donuts, even one step up. right? And it shows the sweetness of learning. Okay? So we've got the donuts, we play dreidel, and of course we got our Hanukkah. We say our blessings every night. Presents. So what's with the presents? Some houses give presents, some houses don't give presents. When I was a kid, we got socks and stuff for school. And a couple of years, we got big presents at the end, too. Okay? Some people give presents the whole time. Some people give presents once. It's really not a big deal. That's not the purpose of Hanukkah. Okay? The only reason it's made a big deal now in the United States is guess why? That guy with the funny looking red suit with the white beard. Okay? Because Madison Avenue and everybody else makes such a big deal out of Santa. Okay? And the little Jewish kids are going, hello. What about us? We don't do Santa. So we do some presents with the wonderful holiday of Hanukkah. Okay? Yes, Hanukkah is a real holiday, and yes, Hanukkah celebrates real stuff. Okay? There really was the Maccabean revolt in 100 and I want to say 39, 59, something like that, BCE. Okay? You can look it up in the history books. It really happened. Okay? The miracle of the light, I don't know if that's documented in history, but it's documented in religious sources, and that's good enough. Okay? So that, in a nutshell, is Hanukkah. Okay? So how do we say this? We can say Happy Hanukkah. Oh, we can say Hanukkah, we spell it 20 million different ways because it's Hebrew translated to English. Okay? So when you see Hanukkah or Hannukkah or CHA, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all Hanukkah. It's all cool. Okay? And of course, I always get called at the wrong time. So, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What would we say? We say either Chag Sameach Hanukkah, Happy Holiday Hanukkah, or just Sameach Hanukkah. Or we could just say Happy Hanukkah. So, with that, Happy Hanukkah. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I will see you next Tuesday for Torah Tuesday. Peace out.